Hello, day two. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Waiting for you to join me. Hope you can see me. Hope you can hear me. So let me know when you're on, please. Hey, Natasha. Let me know if you can hear and see me. And tell me how your day's been. I want to know everything. Okay. I have had such a great day. I've been buzzing all over the shop. I did have to calm myself down a bit during the day, but it was so good. Let me say hi. Hey, Beth. Oh, thank you. I thought I'd be all spotty today. Hi, Helen. Hey, Lisa. Um, hey, Lucia. Hey, Beth. Great. I mean, thanks, Beth. Hey, Lana. Oh no, a stressful day. Tell me how your day was. Tell me how your day was, please. So excited to have you all here with me again. Oh, good, Lorna, you had a better day. I'm so pleased to hear that. What made it better? Let me know. And did you try the breathing techniques? Let me know if you tried it. Thank you, Ruth. I thought I'd be a little bit more bright this evening. Okay, so breathing. Helen said it helped with my anxiety. Amazing. That's exactly what I was hoping to hear. Hi, Christelle. Hi, Karen. Thank you, Christelle. Oh no, Claire. So I'm taking it that the internet connection's back. She just said internet connection died right when I needed it. Talk about stressful. Tell me about it. When the internet conks out, I was on a Zoom call today and then it just ended because my internet stopped. And then I thought, oh, what happens if that happens tonight? I'll just grab my phone, go 3G. Hey, Jay. Hi, Heather. Hi, Hazel. Thanks, Beth. Hi, Lisa. Licia says she's been doing extra breathing today as she's had a stressful day. Oh no, did it help? Let me know if it helped. Hey, Zoe. Natasha said the breathing helped with sleep. Good. Heather said she had a great day. Yes, Lorna, I'm so pleased that the breathing exercises, that the breathing technique helped. That is so good to hear. Heather said she made some better choices. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for all your compliments, ladies. I'm going to come here more often. Nicola said the breathing technique was great, felt fab today. Beth says, done the breathing technique this morning before the school run to calm me, and it worked. Fantastic. I'll tell you guys what happened to me today. I took Isabella to ballet, and once again, because my daughter now is starting to become more independent, which is a really good thing, but Mama's not ready, and she went round the circle by herself, and I really had to just calm myself. So as I was standing there in the circle with, it was one dad and just the rest of their mums with the babies, with their little ones, I was doing my 4-7 breathing because I thought, oh no, I'm going to cry again because I'm not ready. So it really works. You can use it anywhere. So that's fantastic. I'm glad that you used it before the school run, Beth. So Ruth said, tried the breathing, but crazy day at work. Breathed when I got home. Yeah, that I get that. You know what this is? So this is something that you're going to hopefully keep doing always. So this is like a lifetime tool. And so as you get more into the habit of doing the breathing, when you're having those crazy days at work, so we can't take away stress. But what we can do is we can take these micro moments of pause. And I've got a really a lovely friend, Susie Redding. She's written a couple of books, and she talks about these micro moments of pause as well. And I think that's what we should aim to try and do, because we can't change our lives. We can't suddenly not have any stress. We can't suddenly be all zenned out all day. But what we can do is we can see how we can adapt to that stress and how we can take our own little moments, all those micro moments of pause and those micro moments of breath, and also change our adaptation to stress. Because when we start bringing in those techniques, when we start making a habit of doing that, then we start feeling the benefits even more, because we actually change our response to stress. So let me know if that resonates and if that makes sense. Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry to hear that. Just feeling low today, just cannot get going. Even breathing didn't lift me. Sending you so much love. Let's all send Debbie loads of love. You're in such a nourishing place right now. Just feel all our energy, and I just hope that the day is going to get better, and the evening will be better as well. A bit overwhelmed and teary, says Karen. My periods are due soon, though. Okay. Did you try the breathing, Karen? Let me know. Kate, yes. Had to do one set in the loo. Yeah. You are a loo breather. I've done that as well. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. As long as you can deep breathe while you're in there, it's absolutely fine. So that's great. Catherine said, yes, I did it to help me through the working day when I got frustrated. Exactly. Fantastic. Zoe said she loved the breathing. Claire did lots of breathing practice today. Fantastic. Hi, Kerry. Hey, Sandra. My son was off school poorly, so not been the nicest day. Oh no, Rachel, so sorry to hear that. Hope he gets better soon. Those days, I mean, I had that over the weekend with Isabella as well, and literally you've just got to just go with the flow, give them loads of cuddles, and just hope they get better. There's nothing worse because you can't make them feel better immediately. Hey, Chris, Lucia, it did help. I got your message that you said that you've been doing the breathing since we had that Skype session together. So I am so pleased to hear that. That is amazing. Okay, Holly, I tried. We'll keep going. Good. That's what I want to hear. Hi, Helen. Oh no, Shelley said that someone bumped my car, and I started day one of my cycle, but the breathing kept me nice and relaxed. Okay, so good. So the breathing helped you through like a horrible day of someone bumping your car. But let's celebrate that you started your period. I hope it's going to be a good one. We should have a period party. I always say that as soon as you get your period, celebrate it. It's amazing. Your body works. It's incredible. Let's hope that it's going to be a good period. So Ruth said breathing did help reduce the tension at the end of the day, even if it just meant that I had to relax. Yes, exactly that. It's just about shifting our perception and also that habit of how we react to stress is a really big one. So go back to your breath and stress test that we did, and see how you reacted to stress before, and see what your triggers were. And when those come up, then stop, take a moment, acknowledge what's happening, find a way to do the breathing so that you can just calm down a bit. Okay, let's see. Oops, sorry, I think I skipped quite a few there. Hey, Jade. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Technology. So Melanie said relaxed after breathing, but so very tired, probably after flu jab 4 days ago, and probably because I kept you up so late last night as well. Sorry, I'm going to try keep it to an hour to this evening, so that I can allow you to practice what I've given you to go to bed on time. Debbie said, thank you. I'm really listening to everything. It's just day one. Tomorrow will be better. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I used to get that as well, where day one was just, for me, it was like write-off completely. I'd be going home from school and work, and I'd just cancel every social event. I actually used to arrange my holidays around my period, even though I didn't really know when it was coming. So I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. Hey, hey, Jade, sorry. I had my coil removed today. Feels like I can finally get back to what's normal for my body. Big step to feeling better. Beth, okay. How long did you have it in for? Do you feel like a release? Do you feel like this is the first day of something changing? Amazing. Have they given you any tips on what to do to help now that the coil's out? Let me know. Ruby said, I did the breathing 3 times today and it feels a little self-absorbed to spend so much time on me. I'm so pleased that you said that. Not that you're feeling it, but that you vocalized it and you've let me know. Because that's one of the points. So last night, believe it or not, even though we were busy for over an hour and 15 minutes, I left out quite a bit of what I wanted to say. And one of those things was that as women, we feel that I'm saying as women because that's the only thing that I can can really talk about being female, but we feel that spending time on ourselves and self-care and taking time out is self-indulgent and being absorbed in ourselves, and it's not. It is absolutely not. Giving yourself 5 minutes or however much it comes to in total when you're having everything together, giving yourself that small amount of time is definitely not self-absorbed. So I hope that you can just acknowledge that you felt that way and just move past it and say absolutely not. No, speak to, that's like it's your habit as well coming in there. And what we want to do is we want to acknowledge that, because that's happened. That's a feeling that's come up for you. But we also want to give ourselves permission. Give yourself permission to have these little micro moments of pause, because self-care is a necessity and not a luxury. A necessity. Okay, so Claire says, really notice my heart rate more and teeth grinding. Use the breathing at those times. Yes, good. Good. So that's with the breath test that we did. So keep checking in on that. Keep using your body scans. This is something that I hope that you're just going to adopt, and it's just going to become second nature, that you're just going to keep doing this on a daily basis, and then things are just going to get easier. I'm glad that the breathing relaxes you, Ruby. Linda said the breathing helped me sleep. And then Holly's happy period. Yeah, period party. Who else is joining the period party? Have we got any other ladies on at the moment? Great, Lucia. Yes, good. Encourage your friends to join. That's wonderful. Let me know if she joins, please. Okay, guys. Hi, Liv. Liz said, does the couple coil affect us? Okay, keep that question for the mastermind. And do you mean, does it affect our hormones or does it affect our mood? You can expand a little bit on that and keep that for the mastermind. I've tried a few times but quickly felt dizzy. So trying to figure out the way that it will work better for me. That's Laura saying that. Okay, so if you're feeling dizzy, I want you to drop it down to 4 in, 4 out. And then you can even do 5 in, 5 out, or you can go 4 in, 5 out, 4 in, 6 out, and see how that works for you. Keep me posted on that, please. So Catherine said, felt like that coming off the pill in January. Oh, okay, so she is replying to what Beth said, felt like a poison was being removed. Oh, I can so relate to that. I mean, I felt like the pill works for some women. They sail through it. They're absolutely fine. They have absolutely no problem. We all biochemically individual. But when I was on the pill, oh man, that was horrible. And I just did not want to be on it at all. Okay. Yes, Claire says you can't fill from an empty cup. Self-care is essential. You have to look after you have to look after you to look after others. Absolutely. We are the gatekeepers. This is something that I heard in a lecture that I attended on female health. I was actually pregnant with Isabella. I think I was about 5 months pregnant. And one of the lecturers said, can't remember who it was now. It might come to me and then I'll let you know, because they were all amazing that day. But she was saying that we are the gatekeepers as women and we set the pace. And whether that's just with you and say just your family, brothers, sisters, or if it's you and your partner, or if it's you and your kids, or if it's you and your flatmate, whatever it is, as women, we're the gatekeepers. We can set the pace. So it's really important that we look after ourselves so that we can look after others, but then we also set the example of how important it is to look after yourself. So that's definitely something that I'm hoping to pass on and teach Isabella. So Jade said, yes, permission. Indeed, yeah, absolutely. Just give yourself permission. Oh, I actually put on short sleeves today because I was boiling by the end yesterday. It was just such excitement, and I'm so proud of every single one of you that has come to the lives. I mean, you are showing up 100%, both feet in. It's an incredible thing. You know, we're putting so many women together. Magic is happening, and I can see it in your comments. And I'm going through the comments, and, you know, we have so many different stresses in our lives. And I just wanted to recap on why this is the key, why this is the absolute key. If you're just joining us, I've just seen that more people have joined. Say hi, join in. And Kitty's, I actually see Kitty privately in my clinic, and she said that she's got the whole class doing the 4-7 breathing with her. Amazing! Can't wait to see you on the 7th as well. So I'm looking forward to hearing how you're doing. Okay, so let's see. I am going to jump in and just do a bit of a recap. So how this evening's going to work is I'm going to do a recap of why we're doing the breathing, so I can really cement that in for you guys. And then we're going to do a short breathing technique together. I got such great feedback from the breathing technique we all did. For those of you that aren't on the 4-7, you can just do your rhythm, so I don't want any dizziness. And then, so we can come into the room together, both mentally and physically. So let me see. Hi to everyone that's just joined. Okay, I'm going to do, hey Emma, watched yesterday's replay. So good. Thank you. It's so great to get the feedback because I can't see you guys. I don't have any visual clues and cues. So it's really great to hear that you've enjoyed. So thank you so much. Just tightening my dress because I'm about to lose it. It's a wrap dress. Okay, so why are we doing the breathing technique? What is the problem? Why can't we be stressed? I mean, everyone's stressed. What's new? Nothing's new. Accepting it is quite new, the type of stress that we're experiencing. And it used to be cool. Can I still say cool? I use cool a lot. I don't know if it's cool to say cool, but it used to be cool to be stressed. And what we didn't know back then is that it's going to have a catastrophic effect on our health. And there's a couple of things that I think are the big players for hormonal health, and that stress is definitely one of them. And just to remind you that our hormones don't work in isolation. Where's my image? You know, this is just the steroid pathway. So this is just looking at your sex hormones and your stress hormones. That's just a snippet of your hormones, and they don't work in isolation. They absolutely don't. So when we're looking at what's going on for us and when we're trying to decode what's happening in our own bodies, then we need to start looking upstream, as I said yesterday. So what does that mean? That means that if we've got insomnia, we don't just take a pill to help with the insomnia. It means that if we are constipated, we don't just take a pill to relieve that constipation. If we have low moods, we don't just take a pill. If you need to, so if you've got depression or anything, please go and see your doctor. I keep stressing this point. But if you are on antidepressants, or if you have low mood and you're not on antidepressants, doing this underlying work will help you. So it's really important to remember that. So we don't just want to settle. We don't just want to settle for, if we've got irregular periods, just to take a pill to fix the period. Think about that tube map analogy that I spoke to you about yesterday. You know, the tube map, meticulously worked out. Every train knows where it's going. Every train knows what it's supposed to do. One train goes too fast, too slow, goes the wrong way, doesn't go at all. It throws out the whole schedule. And that is how hormones work as well. They work on a feedback loop, and it's very sensitive. I might be showing my age again. I did a podcast where I spoke about a radio where you had to fine tune it. There's a dial and you turned it left or right. And if you turned it a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, that wasn't correct, you'd get this white noise. The lovely lady, Becky, that was interviewing me did not have a clue what was going on. Jade, you said I look like Minnie Mouse. Way to throw me off my train of thought there. Let me just backtrack. I've totally lost that now. Shouldn't have read that comment. If anyone can remind me about what I was saying there. Sorry, I lost it. But I'm going back to the tube map. Oh, yes, the dial that it was turning. So that's how hormones work. So when we're looking at those test results, because many of you have said to me, got my test results back and they're all normal. Great, fantastic that they're normal, but I want optimal. So are they in the optimal levels? I had a client sent me their thyroid results, and they're like, look, my thyroid is fine. She's got loads of symptoms. The reference range was 10 to 24. She came back in at like 10.5 or something. That's just within the reference range. That's not optimal. That's just in the normal range, and it's quite a big range. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, they work in They work in synergy. They don't work in isolation. They work on a feedback loop. And we are very sensitive to hormonal changes. And some of us are more sensitive than others. And for some of us, the slightest movement, either way, can make us feel a lot of symptoms. Imagine that you're standing on this platform, this tube platform, and your train goes too fast. It doesn't stop. It disappears. It goes the wrong way. How do you feel? You feel a little bit irritable. You feel a bit angry, you feel a bit uneasy, a bit confused, a bit panicked. And those are the kind of symptoms that we feel when our hormones are not working optimally. So who can relate to that? Let me know. Darlene, you remember the radio? Thank goodness, because I was like, just showing my age. So Laura says, I hear you, but how do you get the GP to deal with it? Some of these things, as I said yesterday when we started, that making very specific nutrient and lifestyle shifts, preferably with someone that knows, can really help you to help you get rid of some of those symptoms. So I just say, get those blood tests from the GP, speak to the GP. If that GP isn't working for you, you can change GPs, but give them a chance. Give them a chance. You know your body the best. So, go there with your body scan, with your symptoms, and really explain to them what you're feeling. And then do the stuff that I'm talking about now as well. And then I'll be telling you more in the masterclass. As I said yesterday, remember, if you didn't catch yesterday, we're doing a masterclass on Thursday and then a live Q&A straight after. Exciting. Okay, so let me go back to this. Keep all your questions that are keep some of these questions for, I'm just trying to find which ones I saw now. Keep them for the masterclass. Yes, Ruth. Yes to hormonal symptoms, but I think we get used to that being the norm. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, I walked around feeling like absolute crap for so many years, and I just thought that's how you feel. I just thought that's what your hormones do. I just thought that you always have period pain, that you always want to throw up, that you always have loose stools before, that you always bloated, that you always bitchy and scratchy and itchy and all the rest of it, and migraines and everything else that comes with it. I thought that was the norm. I absolutely hear you. Beth says, fear of change last a minute. Yes, panic. Yeah, absolutely. That's on the platform. Nav says GPs don't want to know. Most do. Most do. You've got to find your match. I totally get it though. I mean, I bounced around from one GP to the next as well, but you know what? I've got some incredible GPs. Amazing, 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 amazing ones. So you can find the right person to work with. Okay. Let me tell you. So, Ruby says, she went to the GP. The results were in the safe range, although a couple were borderline, but they refused to treat because it wasn't out of their set range. I get that. I've experienced that myself. I experience that a lot with clients in clinic. And then, so what we want to do then is, so for example, if that's your iron, that's just within range, then, we want to be eating iron-rich foods. If it's thyroid, the foundation is to start with what we're talking about last night and tonight and tomorrow and in the masterclass. So these are the foundations that you need to start putting into place. There's a lot that we can do. There is so much that we can do. Okay, let me jump back in here. Emma, will the masterclass be available as a replay too? Absolutely, absolutely. I'm doing everything as a replay. I get it. Life is busy. And once again, I'm so grateful that you're taking this time to spend with me. I'm really, really so excited. So thank you. Okay, so let's just go back to what I was saying. So when we're stressed and when there's a lot of stresses, so sometimes, and someone did say this to me in the comments today, that they didn't actually realize that they were stressed, but it turns out that they were. That's because our baseline becomes a little bit higher. So possibly someone that's got really low, so that's been working on their stress for a long time, their baseline is down here, their stress baseline, where many of us are functioning at our baseline being a bit higher. So let me know if this resonates, if this makes sense. And so that means that you always come back down to there and you never go right down to a more nourishing, more acceptable, better for your health, better for your hormones baseline. And that's because modern life has kept you there, busy at work, busy running around, doing 20,000 things, spinning plates. We professional plate spinners, not getting enough sleep, working till all hours, being up late, staring at your screen, listening to me. So all of those things, they can add stress. But don't worry, it's only a few days, and then you'll be practicing all the things that I've told you. Darlene said, a consultant told me that that's the menopause. That's what the menopause is like, and I should just accept it and get used to it. Yeah, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. You don't have to just accept it. There's lots that we can do. But unfortunately, the menopause can come with symptoms. Actually, it's just us women that go through all these hormonal changes, isn't it? So we go through puberty, periods, pregnancy, postpartum, breastfeeding should you wish to reproduce, then the perimenopausal stage of life, which can last up to 15 years, and then we step through the hormonal pearly gates of the menopause. So thanks for that. Loads of times that we can be feeling whoop, but there's a lot that we can do. Ladies, I want you to have hope. I want you to just immerse yourself in this process and just start adapting and adopting these things as a way of life so that you can start feeling better symptoms, less symptoms, not better symptoms, less symptoms. So there was a study that I was looking at, and it was saying that women with elevated or higher levels of cortisol, so this is dysregulation of cortisol. We're not looking at Cushing's or Addison's, which can be really high cortisol, and low cortisol, which can be fatal, but they had greater hot flushes. They had more low mood, more anxiety, and actually their cognitive function was decreased. So they weren't able to recall words and put sentences together and remember things. Like their short-term memory was affected quite a lot. So, that's just one of the reasons why we need to be doing this work, and we need to be doing it daily. So by activating the parasympathetic nervous system is one of the ways that we can reduce that cortisol, or we can balance the cortisol. So, and how do we stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system? We breathe. In for 4, out for 7, slowing the breath down to 6 breaths per minute. Out breath longer than the in breath, really concentrating on the breath. If you do that, you can have better sleep. You can have less anxiety. It can help balance your sex hormones and your thyroid hormones. So really important. And then we start looking at helping you if you've got belly fat that you can't shift, acne, all of that sort of thing. Those can all have a positive effect, or reducing your stress can have a positive effect on all of that. I got excited there. I lost my words. Okay, so what are the main causes of stress? We went through this briefly yesterday. This is the last bit of the recap. Doing it again. I really need to move on. But it's how we perceive stress. So that's the stress that's happening to us right now, and it's the stress that's going to happen to us in 5 minutes, and it's the stress that we've made up in our head that's probably never going to happen to us. It's email stress, it's text stress, it's looking at a tweet where someone was mean. I find Twitter like quite a mean playground, so I'm not on there much at all, but all of those things can affect our stress response. Circadian rhythm disruption, not getting enough sleep, not sleeping enough at night in a dark room, inflammation, as well as glycemic dysregulation. So that is a dysregulation in blood sugar levels. Okay, that's going to bring us on to what today's topic is. Dun, 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 dun. But before we do that, are you guys up for a little bit of breathing? I feel like I need to take it down a little bit. So let me know in the comments. Let's see. Good. Ruby said, I'm giving you a lot of hope. I am so pleased to hear that. Let's see. Leslie said, I've had PCOS since my teens and found a GP to be of no help whatsoever. I'm so sorry to hear that. Susie, where's that study from? I will dig it out and I will show you. So yes, let's breathe. Good. Okay, we'll do a shorter one this evening. We'll probably do around 10 rounds. For those that are 4-7 breathing with me, you stick with me in the counting. For those that are feeling a little bit lightheaded, then just do your 4 in, 4 out, or whichever one works for you at the moment. There is no pressure Absolutely no pressure. Just do it at your own pace. Just take a moment to just really tune into yourselves. You can place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Just take a moment, do a few of those reset breaths. Notice which hand's rising and falling the most. And first, if it's your top hand, make a conscious effort to breathe deep into the belly. We're just going to take a few little moments just to all breathe together. We can have a collective breathing energy happening. You can close your eyes and let's breathe. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's take another few deep breaths in and out. And in your own time, open your eyes and let me know how that felt. If you feel a bit more present, a bit calmer, if that worked for you. If that's counting towards one of your breaths for today. Who managed the 4? Or who's managed 3 so far? Let me know in the comments. My voice went a bit husky at the end there. Okay, so let me know how that felt, and if you enjoy this group breathing as well. I'm thinking of recording a little audio for you that you can play. If my voice is good for you, this wonderful. Didn't want to open my eyes, Susie. Fantastic, that's a good sign. Was good, says Anne, Emma, brilliant. Sarah, much calmer. Linda, love listening to your voice. Oh, good. Thank you. So that answers my question. I shall do a little audio. Lucia, feeling sleepy now. Deep breathing makes me always yawn, says, how do I say that, Haley? Oh, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Same in the yoga class. Guys, I'm going to apologize again. If I say your names wrong, I cannot pronounce things properly at the best of times, names especially. So if I say your name wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Lorna, definitely more relaxed. Yes, it did count towards the 4th. Okay, great. Rachel, 3 so far. Claire, so sleepy now. Amy, loved it. Hey, Amy. Sarah, audio would be fab. Your voice is very calming. Okay, that's lovely to know. Thank you. Carolina, yes, that would be great. Yes, very relaxed. Feeling really relaxes Beth. Slows my heart rate and my mind seems to stop just listening to your voice and concentrating on my breathing. Fantastic. Good. That's exactly what we want. I'm so pleased. Okay. Let's jump into day 2. That was a massive recap of yesterday. Whoops. Okay, so one of the things I said that adds stress to the body. So remember, it's not just there's a lion about to eat you. It's not just the fact that you've taken this wild lion and you've made it into a pet and you're busy walking around with this wild animal next to you the whole day, getting so many frights. We were meant to have these acute stressful periods like a few times a year. Now we have them like a few times an hour. But one of those things is glycemic dysregulation. And what does that mean? What does that even mean? And that is blood sugar balance. So that word gets bounded around a lot, bounded and around so much. Who's familiar with blood sugar balance? Let me know. Let me know if you have come across it, or if you have tried to balance your blood sugar. One of the things that I picked up is that so many of us are eating quite a lot of sugar, and that there's a lot of sugar cravings going on. So hands up if that's you. I'm sliding off my pillow. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Let me know if that's you. Do you crave a lot of sugar? What is the thing that you crave? So what is blood sugar balance? I'm going to dive into that. Let me just make sure I don't fall off this chair. So blood sugar balance, when we eat, well, let's start with the body is amazing. As we know, it does all these incredible things that we are not aware of continuously all the time. I mean, there's functionings happening all over all of us right now as we're sitting here. The fact that I can speak, think, breathe, lungs are breathing, heart's beating, digestion's happening, hormones are whizzing, my eyesight's working, my hearing's working, you know, things are happening all the time. All of that takes a lot of planning and a lot of nutrients from the body, and our body uses the food that we eat. It gets broken down, and just very simply put, remember everything I'm telling you in here is a very simple explanation. It gets broken down into fuel that the body can use, and the primary source of this fuel that the body likes to use is to make glucose from the carbohydrates that we eat. For example, the carbohydrate-rich foods, that's not the only way that we get fuel, but that's the one that I'm going to concentrate on the most now, and that is glucose in your bloodstream. So glucose, sometimes it's interchanged with sugar in the blood, but it's called glucose, and there's only a certain amount of glucose that you can have in your bloodstream at any one time that is healthy. When it goes higher than that, alarm bells ring, and when it goes lower than that, alarm bells ring. And these alarm bells that ring when it goes higher, the pancreas, which I spoke about being one of the endocrine system orchestra, secretes a hormone called insulin. And a lot of the time, people don't actually think much about insulin being an important hormone. But if you've read the Balance Plan, it's one of my sassy 6 hormones, and it has a massive impact on so many hormones in the body, just like cortisol does. But it also is a really important one to keep balanced. So it has a massive impact on the hormones, but then that means it has a massive impact on your symptoms. And I'm going to get into that in a sec. So the body has this mechanism. So if it goes too high, it will secrete insulin. Insulin, very simply put, once again, lots of different things happen, but it takes the sugar or the glucose out of the blood, the amount that's needed, sticks it into the cells, and what's left over, it sticks it into a storage unit called glycogen or glycogen, whichever way you want to say it. And that gets used in later use. So that gets stored for later use. And excess ones get stored nicely around your belly. So if you've ever had the issue that I had, which is physically having to tuck my stomach in with my top into my trousers, you know, then we need to start looking at what's going on with your blood sugar regulation and your stress, because stress can also lead to that. The other mechanism is if it goes too low, and this is why blood sugar dysregulation stresses the body, is because when it goes too low, then other symptoms, other functions happen. But one of the functions is your body stimulates cortisol. So cortisol is released, that stress hormone, to break down your blood sugar stores and to give you energy, because the lion is about to attack you and you need to run away. Let me know if that makes sense. That was a long sentence. So let me know. And when I'm speaking about blood sugar dysregulation at the moment, I'm not talking about type 1 diabetes. I haven't mentioned insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes either. What I'm talking about is just blood sugar balance within the body, so on a daily basis. So Lisa says she was diagnosed with hypoglycemia 5 years ago. Getting the balance right has been hell. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So Susie said best decision she ever made was she gave it up 6 years ago. So gave up sugar, I'm assuming. So lots of cravings, says Tracy. Bina says, yes, yes, chocolate and cakes. Okay, never had a sweet tooth, says Darlene, but 2 days was craving sugar. What, these last 2 days? So Hazel has managed to wean herself up some years ago. Good. Beth says she always craves so much. Lorna says, and sugary treats. Okay, I'm glad you said the word treat. I think that we really need to reframe that. I feel like a treat is something that we should not give so much power to food that we eat. And I also feel that you can use other things as treats. So maybe going for a massage or a pedicure or a long walk in the forest or a soak in the bath. It doesn't have to cost money. And let's leave treats for our pets. I saw something in the, I don't know where I saw it, but it was, don't treat yourself with food, you're not a dog. So I think that we all do it. I mean, I was brought up thinking that sweets were a treat, and everything was like, oh, you've done so well today, have a treat, eat a chocolate. Oh, you've done so well, have a treat, eat a piece of cake. And this conditioning that we have, it makes us, it contributes to us actively seeking out these sweet things when we've had it. And I think media plays a big role in that too. You know, every single advert is, oh, you're feeling sad, have an ice cream. Oh, you broke up with your partner, eat a tub of ice cream. Oh, it's your periods come, have some chocolates. I think that we also get conditioned from the media, but there's also another side to it as to why that chocolate and stuff could make you feel better, which I'll get to as well. Okay, Claire, do you recommend intermittent fasting to balance blood sugar levels? That's a really good question. Can we keep that for the masterclass, please? But quick answer to that, can't let that one go actually. Quick answer to that is that intermittent fasting can be very, very helpful, but it doesn't always work for everyone. So intermittent fasting can be so beneficial for many people, but sometimes for women, it doesn't work as well. And it also depends on how you do that. So you need to find something that really works for you. But I will talk more about that if I've got time this evening. It's keeping an eye on the time. But if I have time this evening, I'll talk more about that, or I will add it into the masterclass. Okay, Lorna, I totally get what you mean. Yeah, I think that it's difficult, isn't it, when we so taught about treats and food being all interlinked, but I feel like we give food too much power, and I speak as someone that suffered with anorexia, bulimia, obsessive compulsive overeating or binge eating disorder, and orthorexia, where that's what led to everything. You know, I just thought I would only eat what I deemed was healthy, and then I would totally binge, and I mean, it was just horrific. So I speak from that because I had to really change how I framed food and how I thought about food as well. Okay, so we actively seek out sweet foods at certain times. I don't know if you've noticed that at certain times you look for certain foods. If you have, let me know. I don't want to lead you in this. So let me know if there are times that you actively seek out sweet foods, and when they are, and what they are. So that's a 3-part question. Do you seek out sweet foods? What are those sweet foods, and when do you do them? Let me know in the comments. So Karen said a massage sounds so much better. Good. Leslie says, I'm generally good all day, and then in the evening I start treating myself. Okay, so there's 2 words in there that I want you to reframe: good and treat. So we're not good and we're not bad, because being good means that we've achieved something amazing, and being bad means that we've done something wrong. So no good days and bad days. There's no good and bad food either. There's food that's higher in nutrients, that are more beneficial for health, and those are the ones we want to be eating more of. And then there's food that has less nutrients in and that can have an adverse effect on health, and those are the ones we want to have less of. So if we can try to reframe it like that as well, I found that really helped. Let me know. So Claire, mid-afternoon is cravings. Holly, mid-afternoon slump around 3 p.m. Rachel, nighttime after meals. Okay, so let me just make a note here. Okay, so that is for cravings. I'm going to talk to you about cravings in a sec as well. So the cornerstones, we had our key yesterday as to reduce, is to regulate our stress response, so regulate that cortisol. And then the cornerstone of hormonal balance is to start regulating this insulin response or the blood sugar response. So when we eat food that's really high in sugar, some stimulants as well as refined carbohydrates that can really increase our blood sugar levels. So when we eat those foods, what do I mean by refined carbohydrates? I want you to think of white, sweet, and fluffy foods: white pasta, white rice, white bread, white flour, so pain au chocolat, croissants, biscuits, chocolates, all those type of things. Those are the foods that have the white, sweet, and fluffy in, and those are the ones that can really break down so quickly into sugar in the body, so into this glucose, and send our blood sugar up. So what happens then? Insulin comes in, does what it needs to do, sticks it in the cells, job done. What's the problem? What's wrong with that? Our body's amazing. Thank you, body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The issue is that when we have these dysregulated insulin, so this hypo and hyperinsulin, because when it goes up, it comes down. So we have hypers and hypos, so up and down. Then we also have these spikes of insulin, and these regular spikes of insulin is referred to as hyperinsulinemia, and this is where the issue comes in, because this has an effect on our other hormones. It has an effect on our sex hormones. What it can do is it can call to the ovaries to produce more testosterone. It also increases something called aromatase. And remember that there's going to be a test after this. No, only joking. I'm going to only say these words once or twice. But it increases something called aromatase, which causes testosterone to be converted into estrogen more. And then it also reduces something that I call my sheepdogs. This is sex hormone binding globulin, and that's that keeps our free testosterone and keeps the free testosterone and free estrogen in check in the body, so that we don't have these rogue things whizzing around. So when we have these insulin spikes, and when we have all of this happening, and we have a reduction in the sex hormone binding globulin, and an increase in the aromatase, an increase in testosterone, and an increase in our estrogen, what does that mean? What does that mean for us? Well, it can mean a whole lot of things. It can mean you lose the hair on your head and you grow it on your face. It can mean that you are tearful. It can mean that you have acne. It can mean that you have irregular periods. It can mean that you have weight that doesn't shift. It can mean that you are agitated, that you have insomnia, that you are weepy, that you just feel really low, that you have sugar cravings like crazy. It can mean all of those things. And a lot of these things that I've just said there are a lot of the symptoms that many of you are feeling on a daily basis. I'm not saying that that's the only reason why that's happening, but this may be a driver, and that's why it's part of the foundations for hormonal balance. Is everybody with me? I'm going to go through the comments. I see a theme here going on as well as the 3 p.m. slump, the post-lunch. Okay, so does that make sense? So Claire, that's me right here. Nicola, that's me. Sorry, darling. What day of your cycle should you test your testosterone? I think you asked me that question before. I will get back to you on the masterclass, depending on what we want to see and what we're looking at there. We just also depending if you have PCOS already. So maybe start a new thread with that. You might have done that already, but tag me in it so that we can discuss that properly. But let's stick with our symptoms for now. So is that okay, Rachel? I'm just going to give you a little heart here to remind you to do that for me, please. Okay, Amy, see you later. Thank you. Emma, enjoying the information. I'm so pleased. Okay, so I'm not saying also, just to add to that, I'm not saying that just eating one chocolate is going to do this. And I'm not saying that just eating one piece of cake. And I'm not saying that not eating just one chocolate or one piece of cake is going to undo all this. Because at the end of the day, it's just a bloody piece of chocolate. But it's what we do on a consistent basis that makes the biggest impact. So when we're looking at What can we do to reduce that? We need to start asking ourselves, like, why are we craving this food? Upstream. Remember, we are looking at everything upstream. Are we so stressed that we are breaking down our blood sugar stores because that cortisol has come in and we're breaking it down at this crazy speed, and therefore we've got this blood sugar whizzing around, so insulin is coming in the whole time to try and fix what's going on, and then testosterone, estrogen symptoms. Is that what's happening? It also can lead to, by the way, amenorrhea, so not having a period, irregular periods, heavy periods, all of those type of things as well. What else is happening? So if we're going upstream still, are you staying awake at night, not getting enough sleep, looking at the blue light, and therefore not going to bed, so your melatonin's not kicking in, so you're not getting a restful sleep, and that's throwing out your hunger and satiety hormones. Remember, we spoke about them yesterday. Ghrelin and leptin is throwing that out, so that means that the next day you are possibly more hungry and you're actively seeking out the sweet foods. Is that what's going on? Are you anxious and you feel that one of the things that really helps reduce your anxiety is to eat? Is that what's happening? And is it the certain types of food? And then, is your estrogen low? Are you going through perimenopause where you're upping and downing? Is your estrogen on the lower end because you're so high stress that you're not that it's affecting your sex hormones as well? Are you going through the menopause? Is the estrogen low? And remember, when we go through menopause, it does not mean that our hormones stop. We just have less levels of them, of certain ones of them, of our sex hormones, just put it out there. And does that mean that your estrogen's low? So estrogen is really important for the modulation of serotonin, so your happy hormone. So is your estrogen low, and that you're actively looking out carbohydrates to help make serotonin, because carbohydrates are important to get tryptophan into the brain to make serotonin and then melatonin. Again, ladies, I must just stress that these things that I'm saying now are very simply put. I'm just putting them in a very simple way so that we can all just chat about it and understand what's going on. So this is not meant to be a biochemistry lesson at all, or anatomy and physiology. Okay, Beth, great question about my hair. I will send you my products. Thank you so much for the lovely compliment. Okay, so do you see where I'm going with that? All of these things, if we're looking upstream the whole time, we're looking upstream. Also, if you're carrying excess weight and belly fat, our adipose tissue can also can increase that aromatase activity. So therefore, again, we're leading down that same path of creating more estrogen. So it can leave us in an estrogen dominant state. Does this make sense so far? Let me know. Let me know. Are you with me? Do you want to know more? Tell me now. Do you want to know more? I want to tell you more, but do you want to hear it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm getting some hearts. I'm going to take the hearts as a yes. I hope you want to know more. Why is nobody answering me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, more. Good, Holly. Thank you. Bina, thank you. Catherine, the body is amazing. The body is absolutely amazing. Okay, I've got some yeses. Good. I have piqued your interest in this. I'm excited. Grab your food diary. Who did the food diary? Mood, food, and poop. We on mood and food tonight. So let me know. Grab your food diary. If you printed it out, grab a pen. If it's on your, I hope you can see it and hear me. If it's on your device, or if you can remember what you had, I want you to tell me. I want you to circle, 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 circle. Let me know how much sugary stuff's going in there, refined carbohydrates. What's happening? What is happening in that food diary? If you're happy to share some things over here, then let me know. Just pop them in the comments, please. Okay, let's see. Let me know what you've been having. Food diary ready. Good, Ruth. Holly, haven't done the food diary. Okay, no problem. Just try and think back. Try and think back what you've been having. Let me know. Has there been a lot of sugary foods? This is no judgment. This is no judgment at all. Last night I was so buzzy that I kept my husband up till after 12. And today, the first thing I thought when I woke up is like, oh, what bread can I eat? Where's the bread? I need to eat some bread. So no judgment at all. Let me know. So Laura says started counting calories, so no carbs at the moment. Look, I don't count calories. I feel like when we're counting calories, we're missing nutrients. So I think it's important to know sort of how much we're having, in the sense that we don't want to be overeating at any time. But when we're counting calories, we can really be missing nutrients. So that's my quick opinion on calorie counting. Lorna, when was I supposed to do a food diary? It was in the 3 bonus emails that I sent you, but don't worry, we can still do it. We've still got a couple of days together. Beth, done, been eating like crap, feeling like crap, had lots of crap. I feel a theme going on there. I feel a theme. Okay, so again, it's no judgment. I get that. So sometimes we can go through periods where we're just eating like crap, basically. I'm going to put up you'll see it in the masterclass where I have a slide that says don't eat crap. It's an acronym. I'll show it to you. So Beth, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's absolutely fine. It's fine. We just move on. That's the beauty of health, is we just make a better choice. We make a different choice at the next meal, and that's how it works. It's about 80-20. It's about finding a balance. But what I'm going to challenge you guys, or ladies too, I've actually, that my little one Isabella, when she wants something, she says, come on guys. So I must say that quite a lot. But today's challenge, are you ready for the challenge? Today's challenge, so have a look at that food diary, because today's challenge is, some of you are already doing this, but we can see how we can get you involved in this day as well. So I've got some missing meals, got some chocolate, got some great breakfasts, great lunch, mackerel with avocado, wholemeal bread, dinner brown rice with jackfruit curry. Oh, that sounds really good. Home-baked cookies, going gluten-free this week, says Lizzie. I've done Slimming World. I want to go to Slimming World. Slimming World before with great success, but then got stuck and bored. Now the weight has crept back on. My issue is with doing these type of things is that going on any diet, it doesn't have success. That's why the books sell so much. That's why these places keep having you come back. It can also, in my opinion, can really mess with our metabolism as well. So for me, it's all about creating a balanced diet. And the things that I'm talking to you about tonight and tomorrow will help form that. Okay, so sugar can be really addictive. It can absolutely be addictive. It works on lots of senses. It works on the pleasure center in the brain. It's the habit of eating it as well. So there's a whole science to it, and that's why that whole paradigm of calories in, calories out, in my opinion, is really outdated. And in my clinical experience, it possibly 10% of people, when we just cut down on the amount that they were eating, that they have the masses of weight loss that they were expecting. For most of them, we have to look at their whole life, everything: stress, sleep, movement, thought, everything. Does that make sense? Okay, are you ready for your challenge? Carolina, I see Carolina in clinic as well, postponing going gluten-free, so much resistance. Remember, darling, it's only 4 weeks. We're just testing something. I'm addicted to 2 takeaway coffees a day. Okay. Claire, that was Tracy. Claire says, I have chocolate every day, but I also have salad most days and eat mainly vegetarian and some fish. Good, so you're balancing it out. I'm going to challenge you now, ladies, we are going on a 24-hour. We are going on a 24-hour no sugar. 24-hour no sugar, no refined carbohydrates, and no alcohol, no caffeine. Who's with me? Give me a hell yeah. Give me a ready. Give me a bring it on. Give me a I'm doing this right now. I want to know. I want to know, are you in? Are you in with 2 feet in? Hand out of the cookie jar, kind of in. 24 hours. By tomorrow night when we meet again, I might extend it, but for now it's 24 hours. So you'll still do your breathing and you'll concentrate on your no sugar. No sugar, that's no white sugar, that's no brown sugar. No sugar means no white flour. No sugar means for us tonight is no caffeine, no alcohol. Let me know. No sweeteners, no artificial sweeteners. Thanks for asking, Debbie. That is a good question. Hang on a sec. Natasha is an okay. Holly, does that mean no cacao powder too? Is that 100% cacao powder unsweetened? Licia, oh dear, help. Okay, so I'm going to give you a list of what you can have. Caffeine is a big challenge. So for those of you, so Hazel, good, because you don't have sugar, let's hit you with the caffeine. Do you know what? Do you know what I want to see? I want to see how you feel. I want to see how you feel. You might feel like absolute crap. Just putting it out there. You might not want to talk to me tomorrow. Please talk to me. Don't leave me here like Billy No Mates. But I want you to see how you feel. So, and you know, if we can see how we feel in that day, you might feel like it's fine. I've got this. It's no problem. Good. You can carry on with that. I think I've spoken so loud. I've just woken up Isabella. Hopefully she'll go back to sleep, or I'm gonna have to run up and soothe her. Let's see. Hopefully Daddy's got this. Okay, so we want to see how you feel. No sugar and no alcohol and no caffeine. So when we're cutting out caffeine, I'm just going to warn you, if you drink a lot of caffeine, that you may feel like absolute horrible tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Just go into it with like a clear head. Go into this knowing what can come. I keep seeing this hair that's out of place. No caffeine, says Claire. That's my favorite emoji. Does this mean no whole wheat brown bread? So you can have whole grains. You can have whole grains. We're just doing the refined grains. You can have the whole grains. Ruby's in. Is that just refined sugar, or can I have fruit? Okay, so for tomorrow we can have fruit, but we're sticking to the low glycemic fruit for the next 24 hours. So that would be only apples and pears, for example. Let's keep it quite simple. Let's go apples and pears. So what does your apples, pears, and berries, and maximum 2 portions for the whole day. So what does your food then look like? It needs to be a combination of protein, fat, and vegetables. So that's what we're eating, protein, fat, and vegetables. Delicious. Have a look on my website. There's recipes on there. If you've got my book, the book is totally what this is made for. I'm in, says Lisa. Claire, no coffee. Eek! I get it. Catherine, can we have fruit? Just answered that one. Helen's given me a honey pot, so that's a good question. So because we're doing a no sugar, I'm going to say no to honey maple syrup. So that's no honey, no maple syrup, no cordial. We've got a homework sheet for you. I think Zoe's going to load that up for us now. It will be in the unit day 2's unit. So we've got a homework sheet there where it explains what's in and what's out. So no cordials. I'm trying to think of every possibility that I can give you right now. No fructose syrup, no corn syrup, no added sugar anywhere. So you need to read the labels. Anything that you're not making yourself, read the labels. Because some people have like 7 different types of sugar on that label. Sugar, yes, but caffeine, not sure. Is that Ekta? Give it a go. It's a challenge, guys. We're in a challenge. Guys, I definitely say guys a lot. The thing is with coffee and caffeine, that's why I say I want you to feel how it feels, but I mean, you could feel pretty gross. I normally get people to wean themselves up really slowly. So tomorrow could be a bit of a shock. Give it a go. If you start feeling absolutely terrible, then maybe have a little bit of coffee just to see you through, and then tell me tomorrow. But then we need to really wean you off of coffee, because we shouldn't go through those withdrawals. We shouldn't be that dependent on caffeine either. So no fruit. No, Hazel, you can have fruit, 2 portions a day, 2 portions for the 24 hours, and it's berries, apples, pears. Honey, I've got banana bread made with some honey, so and not for the next 24 hours, Emma. Can I have decaf coffee? Do you normally drink coffee? If you normally drink coffee, then I would say don't have any caffeine or any decaf coffee. Look, the thing with decaf coffee is most of them are chemically altered. So if you're having one that's altered with water, so it's like a water filtration thing, then those are better. But for tomorrow, we're just not having any of the usual. No, I need my tea. I can do the rest, no problem, says Jay. I was there. Guys, okay. I used to drink 8 cups of coffee a day. I'm just going to put this out there. 8 cups of coffee a day. And I used to eat sugar continuously throughout the whole day. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and night feed, and I'd wake up with the wrappers next to my bed. I was completely addicted. There was just, I remember I called my mum once and said, I think I'm losing it because I've eaten this chocolate. I've got the wrapper in my hand. That means I made the decision to walk into the shop and buy it and eat it. So, it's tough. I get it, but this is why it's a challenge. No alcohol and no caffeine, easy to do, but not sure about the sugar, might be tough. I only have 1 coffee a day, so I can get out the coffee. The rest I can do. Go sober for October. Claire, go out and have a peppermint tea instead of coffee. You can still go out. Fruit, Beth, I've covered that one. Will be on your sheet as well. So loads of fruit. Oh, maybe I'm just far behind. I'm going to scroll down. If I've missed really important ones, Helen, coconut milk. You can have coconut milk as long as it's not sweetened. So no added sugar. So what we're doing with honey, for me, when we're looking at honey, I'll go into this more, but honey and pure maple syrup, our body works in trace elements, and they do have trace elements of nutrients. So I always say that those are the type of things we want in moderation. But if you're switching your sugar for honey in the same, like you're having like 3 tablespoons of honey instead of the sugar, then, we're just switching one for the other. But for tomorrow, there's no honey. There's no honey. I'm doing it with you. Okay, I'm cheating. I don't actually have that sugar. But I've been having these quinoa, I think they're called quinola. I'll check the name, and I think they've got a bit of maple syrup in, so I won't have that tomorrow. So I will definitely be joining you. No cordial. Oh no, I hadn't thought of that. Lemon water it is then, yes. Throw some blueberries in there as well. I had peppermint tea this evening and yesterday evening. Nice change, says Beth. Didn't crave biscuits. So good that you said about craving. It's like doing Greek Easter fasting, said Chris. You Greek. Yes, it's exactly that. Lots of fasting. It's just for 24 hours. So what about cravings? When cravings hit, my secret weapon for cravings is to have some cinnamon. So really put some cinnamon with your food. So you can have an apple with some nut butter and some cinnamon. Make sure, and I think I made some notes on that, is when you're having those cravings post-meal. So there were a few of you that said, I get sugar cravings post-meal. Check your ratio of protein to fat to carbohydrate and make sure that you're eating enough protein. And I'm not talking about like Obelix eating a wild boar, just having enough sources of protein, and that's vegetarian sources as well if you are not purely plant-based, and then obviously it's your plant-based sources if you're plant-based. So if you've got cravings, what can you drink? What can you drink? What can you do? You can have a glass of water. You can do your 4-7 breathing. You can take a walk. You can have some cinnamon and licorice tea. You can have a cinnamon nut butter and apple, or you could take some nut butter and blend that with frozen berries and cinnamon and eat that like an ice cream. Delicious. That one you'd have to do at home. So Valia says 8 cups, that's crazy. Yes, I used to drink 8 cups of coffee. I was a restaurant manager in my previous life. It was very easy to drink 8 cups of coffee. I also used to have sweetener and it was coming out of my ears. So no sweeteners either. Did I mention that? No sweeteners either. Cinnamon and licorice tea could be your best friend tomorrow, guys. Red pepper with peanut butter. Interesting combination. Apple with peanut butter. Oh, is that what you meant? Or did you mean red pepper? Holly, let me know. Coke Zero. Coke Zero is out for tomorrow. I will talk to you more about artificial sweeteners and my take on that. Tomorrow I'll bring that in as well. Holly said, what will you have for breakfast? Okay, great question. For me tomorrow morning, I will most probably have a fried egg with Isabella because she likes a fried egg. So I have a fried egg with salad. I have loads of salad for breakfast. So this is my breakfast: fried egg with salad and avocado. Delicious. But some breakfast ideas could be a couple of eggs with some avocado and some pepper, for example. Or you could have overnight oats. Grab the recipe off my website for overnight carrot cake oats, or you could cook them in the morning, as long as they're the whole oats, not the refined ones. For lunch, it's protein. So if you eat meat, it could be chicken, it could be fish. If you are vegan, it could be beans pulses with salad or with steamed greens. Or if you're buying anything out, you can make really good choices that way as well. And then for dinner, again, you basing your meal around protein, carbs, and good fats. Have a look at the recipes on my website. I've given you a link to that in your homework. Let's see. Licorice tea is amazing, says Hazel. Very sweet. You don't need sugar. Yes. Beth, I love how personal you make these lives, really answering our comments. You're doing amazing to make us feel listened to. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I'm so pleased that you're enjoying. I am loving it. I am loving it. So I'm really pleased. Okay, so we've got a deal, yes? We're all in, 2 feet in, we're jumping in, 24 hours, probably extended tomorrow night just to give you a little bit of a heads up. But 24 hours, no sugar, no caffeine, no alcohol, no artificial sweetness, no refined carbohydrates, nothing white, sweet, and fluffy. But I also want you to grab your journal, and I want you to journal about how you're feeling. Does this trigger you? Are you angry? Are you angry with me? Are you angry with that piece of chocolate that you can't eat? Are you angry with that cup of coffee? Are you more irritable? Do you feel nothing? Is this a breeze? Do you have physical cravings? Do you have mental things going on? If you couldn't do it, that's fine. No judgment. Just let us know. Just give it a try. All I ask is that you give it a try. Remember, the goal is to see how you feel. This is a challenge. This is the Hormone Balance Challenge. This is something that I want you to start thinking about: the reduction of sugar, to start balancing your blood sugar, to start reducing your symptoms of hair falling out, acne, tearfulness, bloated, water retention, and irregular periods, heavy periods, erratic periods, no periods, hirsutism, so hair on the face, fertility issues, menopausal symptoms. All of that can be triggered through glycogen dysregulation. So that is the imbalance of blood sugar levels. Scrambled eggs with spinach stuffed into a whole wheat pita is for Hazel. Delicious. Claire, love avocado. Porridge with berries and Greek yogurt, as long as it's not sweetened. And I hope I'm saying it right. Haley? I'm sorry. Haley? You need to send me a voice note with how to pronounce your name so that I can do it properly. I wish I had avocados. I've got some in the fridge. I can send you some. Clotilde said, yes, I would say they are. Oh, I missed what that was. Alternatives to nuts as snacks. Not allowed to take nuts to work as a nut-free zone. Are you allowed to take hummus? Can you take a boiled egg? Can you take an avocado and cut it in half and then mash it up and have it with little crudités, things like that? Would that work for you? That's for Melanie. I get that. I understand. Can you take seeds? Is it just nut free, or can you have seeds? I think we eat far too little seeds. My husband told me that once and it really resonated with me. Ruth is, yes, we have a deal. Helen is going to try it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oops, I pushed the wrong button again. Beth is no bananas. We're going no bananas tomorrow. We're just going with a low glycemic fruit, sunflower and pumpkin seeds. Oh, you're also saying about the no nuts. Great, Claire's in. And Claire Dunn also in, all in. Yes, feeling exciting to get back on track is Ruby. You can have, Lorna, if you're having milk, a full fat, no skimmed, semi-skimmed tomorrow. I want you to have full fat. Fab is Melanie. Oh, it's pronounced very close to Holly. Holly. Is it Holly? Please tell me I've said it right. If it's close to Holly, is it Holly? Let me know. I could actually maybe get something right. That would be really exciting. Overnight oats in seeds, pumpkin seeds, and dried cranberry. Oh, thank you for saying that. No dried fruit for 24 hours. Did I just add that? No dried fruit. Claire King, bring it on. So we want to have no dried fruit because they can be higher in sugar and they're higher in concentrated sugars. So what we want to do is that we want to just have a day where we just recalibrating those taste buds. Liz, berries are in. Zoe's in. Leslie, I love the refocus on our diets. It's so important. You know, we're so busy. We're living life. We're spinning all these plates that sometimes, you know, we don't make the most nutrient-rich choices. So sometimes we just don't make the most nutrient-rich choices because so much is going on in our lives. Nicola's in. Yay, Hallie! I feel that makes me really happy that I've said your name correctly. Thank you. Okay. Any fruit okay, said Zoe. No, it's only berries, apples, pears. Lorna, no to grapes. Only berries, apple, pears. Sarah, going for it. Check the homework sheet. Check the homework sheet. Zoe's put it up for us in the unit, which is unit 2. No, not unit 2. Day 2's unit, which I think is unit 5. I might be wrong, but it's in there, and you'll have your homework sheet and it'll be emailed to you tomorrow. I have gone over again. Dried cranberries from the health food store. They say they're sugar-free. Just for tomorrow, we're doing no dried fruit. Is that okay? Let me know. Just for 24 hours. Grapes are apparently very high in sugar. They are a high fructose fruit. So we are going 2 portions of real fruit, as nature intended it, but low glycemic pears, apples, berries. Just 24 hours. So Emily said, working from home tomorrow, so I actually think it will be more of a challenge than usual. Always feel more hungry when I'm at home with food on hand. Do your breathing, listen to your signals. Are you actually hungry, or do you just want to go and eat for the sake of eating because you're bored, because it's a habit, because it's there? Listen to those signals. Have a glass of water, have some apple with nut butter, and make sure that your foods are protein, fats, and veggies. I'll give it a go. Caffeine and chocolate will be hard. The rest will be fine. You can do this, Claire Stevens. You can absolutely do this. It's 24 hours. 24 hours. It'll be done like that. We'll be sitting here tomorrow and you guys will be like, oh, that was amazing. I loved it. I just want to carry on forever. And I'll be like, okay, let's do it. Yeah, I just totally made that up, but that's okay. I'm in, says Jay. But I like to have fresh fruit and veg juice in the morning. Is that okay? Any suggestion, please? Yes, have a look on my website. There is a smoothie, our smoothie recipes on there. There's one with berries and macadamia nuts, and there's another one that's green with apple. As long as you're putting in the fruit that we said. Loads of veg. It doesn't take out your veg, so don't eat your veg. But it's apple, pears, and berries. Easy, easy. So Claire, so get that. I work from home and find it really hard to not keep raiding the cookie tin. I get that. I work from home loads, and I sometimes go stand in front of the fridge and think, why am I here? I'm not even hungry. Okay, let me see. Are tomatoes fruit or salad? Look, for me, tomatoes are a vegetable, so anything that's not, so tomatoes, cucumber, all of that, just keep them in your veggie pile, even though they're actually a fruit, but we're just going with what you'd find in your fruit bowl. That's what we're classifying as fruit. Peanut butter, as long as it's unsweetened. Most peanut butters are sweetened unless you're getting something like from Pippin Nut or Meridian or Biona. Ruth, I absolutely love this. Can't wait to read the homework sheet. Thank you. Valia, why no coffee? Sorry to have missed if that was in the beginning of the live. It was. I don't think I spoke about it in the beginning of the live, but coffee, we're reducing any stimulants as well. So there's mixed messages about coffee, whether it affects our hormones. For some it does. For some it can raise blood sugar levels. We're all biochemically individual. We don't know what your genes are. We don't know if you're a slow metabolizer or a fast metabolizer, if it's having an effect to keep cortisol higher, if it's changing your blood sugar levels. So for tomorrow, we are going no caffeine and no coffee. Right, time for bed. Hazel, I agree. Night, Hazel. Thank you so much for being here. Ladies, love you all. I'm so excited. We've totally got this. It's 24 hours. We'll be over in a flash. You'll absolutely love it. Keep sharing in the group. I want to know how you're feeling. For those that post photos of your breakfast, your lunch. Let us see what you're having. Post photos of you taping up your cookie jar if you need to for tomorrow. Show us a photo of you having a peppermint tea instead of that coffee, Claire. And I'll be really excited to see that. So please keep sharing. I hope you found this enjoyable. I hope you've learned loads, and I am really hopeful that you will also be doing your 4-7 breathing after this, before you go to bed. I'm so proud of all of you. You're showing up 2 feet in, and tomorrow's day 3, and then on Thursday we've got the masterclass with live Q&A. It's my little dance moves for you. You can do the robot as well. Great. I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Sending loads of love. Bye.